Graceful Warriors. How Women of the Bible Are the Same Women of Today, Part 1. The story of Eve is relevant to women for several reasons. It is no secret that women have reigned with men throughout history, and Eve is the first woman in God's world. The creation of Eve, the first woman, occurred on the sixth day of creation. In the first chapters of Genesis, the story of the creation of Eve demonstrates the importance of men and women complementing one another, supporting one another, and empowering one another. When women develop and nurture relationships, whether intimate, professional, familial, or social, we must remember the importance of embracing and empowering through our role as helper. Genesis 2:20. Helper not only in the sense of a husband and wife team or a male-female relationship, but also inclusively from a biblical stance. Woman helping women, women helping men, women helping children, women helping the community, and women helping others who may or may not be like them. Eve's story also shows the challenge of listening and hearing God when God speaks to us. When we fail to hear God's voice, we move in the wrong direction, and we commit sin. Eve first sinned when she listened to the serpent instead of God, Genesis 3:1-8. There will be times when we listen to the wrong voice, but it's important to remember that we can always go to God and seek forgiveness. The story also tells us that we don't need to hide our mistakes from God. In Genesis 3:9, God asks Adam and Eve, "Where are you?" This question is like asking ourselves, where are we in our relationship with God? It encourages us to think about our connection with God and reminds us that we can always be open and honest with Him about our mistakes. The story of Eve shall remind women that God has created each of us in His image. We know that God has empowered and inspired many women to be pioneers, to be helpers, and to be women who listen to the voice of God. Where are you in your relationship with God? Whose voice are you listening to? Read Genesis 1:27, 2nd chapter 18, verse, all the way to the 4th chapter 25th verse, then read Romans 5th chapter 18th, 19th verse, 2 Corinthians 11th chapter 3rd verse. This will give a better perspective. May God add a blessing to the hearing of His word until next time and beyond.